Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Unix podcast. My name is Ethan, and I will be your host for today. I'm joined by my co-hosts, David and Stanley. David, Stanley, how are we doing today?
We are doing
good. We're doing great.
Yeah. It's kind of weird having to do a podcast.
It is, actually, yeah.
I don't know how to act. So,
I think we just keep that in.
yeah, we just keep going. Like I said, this is the first episode of our Unix podcast.
Did you say that, or did I say that?
You said that.
I said that.
He said that, yes. So weird. Anyway, so for our first topic, I guess we decided to speak about
Graduation.
Yeah. Yes, for
As
seniors.
three recent... Well, we haven't graduated yet, technically, right?
No, not yet.
As three soon-to-be graduates...
Graduation.
Who have technically finished school.
Yes.
You know, sort of like what that looks like, sort of the process of all that, and then sort of what that means in the future.
I'm nervous, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be more excited for graduation, but I'm kind of apathetic about graduation. I don't really care. I'm more so nervous about what's to come,
Yeah,
college.
right. It's sort of like, I like the analogy of it's like you're playing a video game and you're in the tutorial, right? And getting out of high school, turning 18, that's like the end of the tutorial,
Except the tutorial is 18 years long.
Yeah, it's an 18-year-long tutorial. Life's a complicated game, I guess, so 18-year tutorial.
It's a crappy game.
But it's like you have so much to look forward to. That's why it's sort of sucky, because it's like overwhelming,
Yeah, but also, I don't know, COVID... I feel like the reason why I'm just really nervous about everything, and the reason why I feel so apathetic about everything is because of COVID. Because the last 2 years have felt the same,
Yeah, sort of like same daily routine.
I think
the days blend together.
for me, I'm not even like nervous or anything. It's like the past 2 years have been a breeze basically, and it's like I feel like the next two are going to be the same, except you're going to take more classes. You just have to dedicate like a little bit more time. But it hasn't been that hard.
Well, I mean, the other thing is that, like, you're finally getting to focus down on, like, a subject to study. That's, like, where college takes a turn. It's like, this is something that you're going to be doing perceivably for the rest of your life. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right. It's like you're narrowing down on an area of study that hopefully you enjoy. That's why you're studying it and why you want a career in it.
You study it to make money.
That's a pretty, like, outdated.
I feel like, because, like...
I feel like it could be, like, a mixture, though. It could be something you can
You should enjoy a little bit, but for the most part, it should be for the money.
It's a job. It's like you're not entirely in it for the fun of it, but it's like you shouldn't, like, despise every day. Like, you should look forward to learning about it, at least.
Yeah, which is... I can see both sides, Money is, I think, most important. It's the biggest factor of why you get a job. But, and, for a lot of people...
Isn't that why you get a degree as well?
What?
Isn't that why you would get a degree?
Yeah. But also...
Degree to get the job, not the money,
But... I think a lot of people get jobs that they hate, that they have to live it because that's the only way that,
I think a lot of people don't get jobs that are related to their degree.
True, yeah. So
like,
it's like...
some people would spend 4 years in college and work at Starbucks. But, like...
Yeah.
But
like...
I feel like in the next coming years, it should be a lot more focused on... Like a career.
Yeah. Because I think, especially with like tech stuff coming up, a lot of newer companies are more focused on what you can do instead of what school you graduated from.
Yeah, I don't think the degree matters as much as maybe like getting an internship.
Yeah.
Or like showing the projects you've done. So I don't know.
Right.
It's not really that big.
I think part of the degree is showing that, like, you can make a commitment to that kind of thing. Because my stepmom, she was in the Peace Corps, and that was sort of like her thing before she even had a degree. That's how she got her jobs, was that, like, she, like, made this commitment to something and then followed through with it, basically. And so that's part of what the degree is, but then also it's like, if you're doing something like engineering, it's like,
You have to have it.
Yeah, it's like, and that's like a prerequisite to go take an examination and then you have to do, however many years of, like, you're still not fully...
Yeah, that's true,
licensed?
and especially with
I think
especially
so.
with something like a doctor, I don't want to ask my doctor whether he's had his degree or not. Like,
Yeah.
Can I trust you with the surgery that I'm about to have? But yeah, I think certain jobs you still need a degree. I think it still warrants a degree, but at the same time,
Especially such, like, high, like, technical and, like, specialized. Yeah, high elo jobs. Yeah. You don't want a bronze player in the GM lobby. You don't want that.
Yeah. But yeah, graduation. I'm more excited about the food afterwards than the actual graduation.
Right. The ceremony, as much as, like, you hear about it, it's like the ceremony is for the parents, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're graduating, you're getting your degree. It's like, or not your degree, your diploma. It's like you don't care anymore. It's like all the formalities and the.
Actually, I think some people do. But...
Like the throwing of the hats or the.
I mean,
the caps.
sort of that part's for you, but like having to go up and hear your name and all your honors read, it's like, yeah, that's cool or whatever. But I would rather just quietly go get my diploma and then be able to go home.
Yeah.
And play games again.
I went to my brother. Did you go to your brother's graduation?
No, because he didn't walk.
Oh, he didn't walk. Okay.
Yeah. With my brother, it literally took like 4 hours. And since my last name
read so many.
Since my last name starts with W, it was the longest.
You literally had to wait the entire time.
Yeah, and there's 400 people in the graduating class, and we were all out on the field, south field. It's like you wait for everyone, they all line up and stuff, and it's like, why am I even here for these people?
Wait, he's a year older than you, right?
He's 2.
2 years older. So
he got held back in 6th grade.
Okay. But he's graduating. He's the year above you, right? In terms of graduating. Okay. So that was the when COVID started, right? Or no.
It was near towards the end. Like I think we're still going through it, but like
2021, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like a mid point. I think most people were in masks still.
Yeah.
And it was outside.
Yeah, it was outside, and they probably still did the chairs all separated and stuff, yeah.
I think we're at the point now, especially, 3 years into COVID, where it's become the norm, right?
Yeah.
And it sucks to think about because I want to go traveling, especially since I got, actually, never mind, I should probably include that. But anyway. I want to go traveling, but it's, hard. We've been planning to go to Japan for a long time.
Right.
Even that's going to be probably 5 years or even longer into the
future. Yeah, which really sucks because that's like every group of bros summer play.
Especially if you're into that weeb culture.
Yeah, right. It's like everyone and all of their friends wanted to go to Japan, and then COVID closed borders. Unlucky.
I think the next 2 years should be like a grind. I don't know about you guys. But
especially with what we did, right? The 3 of us, we took classes at our local university.
Yeah. We're cracked. We're fucking cracked. That's what we are.
Yeah,
but
which means
I think the more accurate term is we're tryhards.
No, dude, it wasn't even that hard.
It was easier.
It was fucking easy.
It was easier than if we
shit.
took classes at.
We are opportunists.
Yes,
I would say.
Well, I mean, it was just it was so obvious because an AP class or an IB class or whatever, right?
I just took it because you took it.
Oh.
I took it because you guys took it.
My mom kind of persuaded me to do it, but I don't know. I kind of regret it. I kind of don't because one thing, you have more time just because it's UA college classes. Yeah. But at the same time, most of it is online, right? Which I get the first year of COVID, most schools, whether it was high school, middle school, or university, did do it online. But the second year, they started doing in person.
No, it was
only a semester, right?
Yeah, it was last year. First semester was all online for high school, but then second semester
they came back.
Okay. Yeah, but then we were still online. It was kind of weird.
Well, because the university decided that they would just keep people at home.
Yeah, throughout the entire year.
Which sucked.
That was a commitment they made during the first part of it, so it's they just didn't want to go back on that. But I think in an email recently they said that they were planning to still offer both, but I think that means that they're going more towards you can do in person now.
Yeah, but I think as we go forward, most schools are going to try to stick to online, just as technology advances.
Right, and I mean,
controlled
like, if
by
you think
robots
about
and
it
everything.
from, like, I mean, they save money doing it, too.
That's true,
That's a
that's
big
true.
thing. Is, like,
And,
if you don't have to have this giant building where you throw the kids in and then, you have
But it's
to
also a
buy
waste of money, too.
They already have it
labor
in there.
and-
They already have like the buildings in place.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but you pay operation fees, you pay
Oh,
to,
yeah.
like,
That is
give
true.
supplies to kids, but if they're at home, that's not their problem.
Which kind of sucks because the campus that we go to is pretty nice. I think a lot of people, in my opinion, it's pretty nice.
I don't think it's that nice. Like most of the stores that they have there are closed. Like even
like the cafe that's
yeah,
like
the,
right next to the
subway
library. Yeah.
subway there. No workers. The place is closed. No one goes to no one goes to the buildings. Their population is so like there's not that many students there, so you don't see anyone like walking. And
Most of you guys are saying both of you are saying in-state, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But coming back to the future, I guess, and after graduation, have you guys decided what you want to do?
I mean, that's like a big topic that, like, I don't know. I feel like you can say, "Oh, I've decided to go do this," but it's more like I think I want to try this rather than
right.
like making
Here's
a
the question.
commitment.
This is what the MIT guy said to me. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
hate that
right.
question.
That's a hard one because it's like, well, I want to say something, but then like when I actually envision myself there, it becomes like
Okay, right now, just like where do you see it?
I mean,
college. Still in college, I think.
10 years in college?
Yeah, just because of the degree.
well, is it
path
like
that I
where
found.
do you envision yourself realistically, or where do you envision yourself like
Just
in
like
your
any-
wildest dreams?
Well,
yeah, any.
Realistically, I think I would still be in college, or maybe like pursuing my master's, or I'm not even my master's, but like med school. Because,
med school.
but the thing is, I don't even know if I want to go into med because it just seems like so much work for so long. And
Yeah, there's a lot of like memorizing
Yeah.
what everything is.
I took anatomy for this semester, and it was not fun. It was.
I like that's the thing is like the reason you're going into that field is probably because the pay is good. It's mostly what you're focused on, but it's
I think I convinced myself to think that I'm doing it to help people. Right.
But it was sort of like
Like
the
it was like
real objective.
Yeah,
was
it's
like
the money,
pay
and
was
I don't
high.
want that to be the reason why I want to pursue a job, right? Which right now, sure, like yeah, I get to help a lot of people if I do pursue the job, like be a doctor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's what I really want to do. And the thing is, I told my dad and my mom that I wanted to be a doctor, and they're like, "Yes, be a doctor. Good job, good
The
job."
thing is, with being a doctor, you're gonna have to actually commit to it
Yeah.
because of all the like the student debt you're gonna have.
Yeah.
And all the time you're gonna put into it, you're gonna have to commit to it, or it's gonna be like a huge loss.
Yeah.
But I think like other degrees, it still is a huge loss if you don't go into that field, but it's a little bit less.
Yeah, especially like the time commitment, like you said, in 10 years you could still realistically see yourself in a med school if you went down that path.
Yeah.
Versus like, if you think about something like a computer engineer or a software engineer,
You can learn all that stuff online, like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, like that stuff is very like doable, and you still probably want the degree just as like proof of.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to take classes for those anymore.
Yeah, I think I saw a video where, like, the skills are more important than the education. Like,
Yeah, right.
showing that you know stuff in like Python and
Yeah.
C++ and whatever.
Which I mean, like, I understand that, but I also feel like sometimes a more
Traditional.
like a more traditional way of learning that could also be beneficial and have its benefits. But if that's not your style, then like
I'm
go
pretty
for
sure
it.
you can get like Google certified.
Yeah,
or
you can get
something.
Google certified.
Yeah, there's a lot of online options to learn stuff now instead of just taking classes and
Yeah.
costing a lot of money.
True. But like I think my point was that with that was that like that if you do go to college for that, that's a 4-year, maybe 5-year program if you want to go for a master's.
It might be like in more depth.
And
Who knows?
the thing about it is you're walking away with your degree, and like even entry level jobs, I mean, you're making like
100K.
considerable amounts of money
100K
that like is
plus.
comparable to some fields in medical.
Yeah,
When you
after
first
all.
start. When you first start. Actually, no, maybe like halfway through. But then after that, I feel like doctors get their income is like a lot higher.
Depending on where you live, because I know that, especially where we live, there's not that much of a supply of doctors. So,
Do you know Dr. Chang?
I do not know.
Oh
yeah.
Zoe Chang.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a part of.
Sorry, guys.
Please mute your phone.
Hi, Mom.
Anyway,
he's a part of. He's like one of the doctors that own a medical place here.
Yeah, I also know.
Mega money.
Mega money.
Especially like with things that don't have many doctors in that certain specialty, because I know that I was interested in neurology, and I know that neurosurgeons are in big demand here in Alaska. Does it really matter if we say it?
No,
yeah.
I don't think
in
so.
Alaska, we live in Alaska, boys, where we ride polar bears and live in igloos.
This guy, bro. This guy.
So I don't think it. So I think depending on what kind of doctor you are, it pays exponentially more if you go for like a specialty that is in lack of supply.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself within?
In 10 years.
In 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, working at some sort of a firm where I make enough money that I don't have to worry about it really. I own a house, I own the car that I drive, and I live a pretty comfortable life. I feel like that's sort of my definition of success too.
Bro, when I got asked that question, I was completely blanked. I was like, I sat there, I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been asked that question so many like times that I just formulated like a default answer. I would just say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a software engineer or some shit like that," and then. When I actually had to like think about it, that's when like it really hit me of like, oh shit, like what do I want to do? And it's like the reason they asked that question, even though it gets really annoying really quickly. But I don't know, just sort of like reflecting back on it and being like, that was sort of the moment that I was like, oh shit, what do I want to do with my life?
I mean, 10 years we're gonna be 28, right?
Yeah,
and
going on 30.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because people get married before then. And
well, I mean, yeah.
I don't want to be old, guys. I don't want to be old.
Bro, 28 is actually pretty young.
Yeah, it is young. Yeah, but it's just like around that time is when people. Yeah.
Have a wife, have kids. Relax. That's still 10 years, guys.
Yeah.
Relax.
I read the book. It's a book. It's called like Think and Grow Rich, and it talks about how people are at like their peak success in their like 50s and 60s.
I hate that because it's like.
Yeah. It's like, well.
By then, it's like your life's basically more than halfway done, right? And you have the money, but you don't really have the drive to do anything.
But it's about the journey.
It's about the journey. Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't
so I think
the destination. It was the friends we made on
the way. And the money.
And the money.
That's the more important part.
Yeah, we don't care about friends. We got money. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to think about it too much just because I get really stressed about it. And
yeah, right. I feel like that's a pretty good like sum up of everything. Is like sometimes it's just really easier to not think about it because it's so stressful.
I feel like it could be used as a motivator too, because I feel like in 10 years I want to be a millionaire, and it's like that could be a driving factor, like to want to do something and to want to get to that point before the 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, but then also the like, I don't know, just sort of like the
steps that you need to take to get there.
Well, I mean, it's good to like build out a plan like that. Like I agree with what he's saying, but also just sometimes it's like if you set yourself up too big, and then like you fall short of that.
Oh, I had this conversation with one of my coworkers, ex-coworkers, but it was like if you set your goals really high, and you like, okay, imagine you set 2 goals. Okay,
right.
One's shit. Okay, and then the other one's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go towards the really good one, and you go halfway, you're gonna be way above the shit. Okay. You just have to not be disappointed that you didn't meet that all the way.
Okay.
Well, I feel like that's fair, but you could also just set a realistic goal and then.
No, but if you set like 3 times the realistic,
I guess
then
you'll get way more of a drive to get.
Yeah, you'll get
higher
way
goal.
more than your realistic one.
I guess, yeah, but Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I feel like there's also just some things where like it isn't totally necessary to be an overachiever.
But like, if you want to be a billionaire, Giga Chad, like
I don't need to be a billionaire.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't need to, but like, if you want to be a billionaire, Giga Chad, then like.
I feel like first of all, you can be a Giga Chad with not even $1 million.
Okay, but like, I want to be a billionaire, Giga Chad. There's a difference.
But it's like I don't know. It's like the trade off of like what did you do or what did you give up to like have that kind of success. You know, it's like there's always a story of something. You know, it's like. You know, it's like if you were really good in school, like you had perfect grades, whatever, it's like, what did you give up to do that? For me, like I gave up a lot of free time. I gave up like the opportunity to pursue something creative, like
Spending time with
like
friends,
music,
family,
like, you
yeah.
know, all that different stuff. Like that's what I gave up for good grades in my case. And so it's like, if you're chasing money and clout and whatever that hard, it's like, what do you give up in that process?
Well, for me, it's not like well, I'm not really like materialistic anyways. So I feel like if you just like keep like investing the money over and over again, it's not gonna be like fun like as you think,
Right.
because you're not gonna be able to like go out as much. Like,
Well,
go out
then
with
what's the
friends.
point of having all the money?
Stability, I guess.
No, it's
I
like
mean,
it's
you
like the
can-
grind short term and then the long term. You know what I mean?
So you power grind for a year and then you have 10 years of coasting, basically.
Not like power grind for like 5 to 10 years.
Well, you know, I'm just using
And
it as
then
an
you get
example.
Chad the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess it's like.
Well, I mean, you could do that by just investing in like a 401k or an IRS or whatever the hell. And then just coasting that
You
way.
say IRS.
Not IRS. What are they called?
What are they called? Wait. Yeah.
Roth? A Roth IRA.
Roth IRA.
Why did I say
I don't know.
IRS?
Taxes!
I was getting scared of getting audited. That's what's out of here. First year of doing taxes, that's another thing.
Yeah.
As an 18-year-old that I did.
I hate it. It wasn't that bad.
It was, yeah,
I
just
think
using
like
something
the
like TurboTax.
yeah, the anticipation or like the dreading of it was worse than the actual act.
I
of
didn't
it.
even dread it that much. I was just like...
I didn't know what to do at first, right?
Me
I think that's
neither.
what I was
And
nervous
then the
about.
other thing is like because you're a dependent still, or because I filed as a dependent.
I didn't.
So, okay, well, my dad claimed me as a dependent.
I
so
took
he
money
could-
away from you.
So he could get a tax write-off.
Jeez.
He like I needed his information still, so it's like it wasn't even really a solo thing at that point still.
Right.
But like having to go and find my paperwork for my my W-2 and all that stuff, that was still like an experience that
Yeah,
like
yeah. I had to just said do it, and I was like, okay. And, I think TurboTax really made it easy. This is not sponsored by TurboTax.
yeah, not sponsored by TurboTax.
I just decided to do it one day, but back to the thing. I think because we're staying here, we like avoid a lot of responsibilities that we would have
That's true.
if we go to another place.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you already have like your family supporting you anyway.
Yeah, imagine like because like none of us are gonna live on campus.
Yeah.
We're all gonna
No,
live
definitely
in
not.
Like if you move to another place, you have to. I think it's necessary that you find a job, because you would have to
Yeah.
pay for your housing.
Unless you have like your parents' money, but
And then you have to pay for your food, and then you have to pay, and then you have to pay for all those things, like if you're like completely independent from your parents.
right.
Yeah, and then also just like if you're in another place, like you're a stranger in a new town.
Yeah.
It's
You don't
like
really know anyone.
you know nobody, you don't have a support system there. Like
Right.
that's a pretty like daunting experience. Which like when I was thinking about like going out of state, like that was one of the big things that was like stopping me, because like that's like really nerve-wracking. It's like imagine going to this totally different place where you know nobody, and it's like and like we have our own certain like culture and norms here.
Yeah.
But going somewhere else and knowing literally nothing about it would be I don't know.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean legitimately frightening. And
The main thing that stopped me was I didn't apply. So.
that's another good point. Yeah.
my laziness.
It was like so MIT applications, they were like 65.
Yeah.
65.
Also, I didn't want to pay all the money.
Oh, $65?
Yeah,
Just to apply?
Just to
Yeah.
apply. And other schools, I think Washington State was more expensive than that.
Dang.
It's like they get really expensive just to apply. Like you're not even guaranteed to get in. And
I've noticed that like schools, not just colleges, but like schools in general, like they find a way to charge you. It's supposed to be a free public education, but if you want to do things like SAT, AP tests, you have to pay for it.
Even our graduation clothing. It's
exactly.
$70.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a free, but
like if you applied to 10 schools.
I mean, you could be very well close to 1,000.
There was a video I saw where like there was a senior in our year. I think he was from California, and he applied to over 100 different schools. 100 different schools, and he got $9 million in scholarships. And I was like, where do you find the time and energy to apply to 100 different schools?
Without applying to schools, I actually got a bunch of scholarships without like potential scholarships. They were like $100,000 each or whatever, but it's like the schools were like crap. So like I wouldn't even consider even going to those.
Right.
And then the other thing about those schools is that like tuition is gonna
they
eat away at that. They might give you $100,000, but
they
it's
scale
like
that shit way too high.
$50,000 a year or something.
Yeah. So I don't know.
For ASU, it was like $50K or a year.
That's what like Boulder was too, and that's what the price tag of MIT was as well. It was like 50.
I feel like
$50,000.
for MIT, it's not even that bad. Like if you go to ASU, it's like
you're going
what
to
is that?
ASU.
What the fuck is that for?
School,
Yeah.
You know?
What the fuck is that for?
Why pay $50,000?
But if you go for MIT,
at least it's like it's the brand as they say, the brand.
They actually have a lot of stuff there, which is really cool.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. I mean,
like they have like if they have a nuclear reactor there.
I mean, it's legitimately one of the best places to learn, especially for like computer science industry.
I might reapply there actually for
like a
master's
transfer.
Grad.
Okay, for grad.
I would reapply for grad school.
Even for Michigan, but I need to actually do it early. The day before it's due.
I think unironically, if we had applied during the early decision period, there would have been a way better chance of us getting in.
I feel like I would have gone into Michigan if I applied earlier.
I feel like I would have had a better chance of getting in if I had actually submitted the application.
Yeah,
what is that supposed to mean?
I didn't message one of my professors enough. I didn't reach out to them, and they never did the teacher recommendation.
That's another thing, because we did like the last years of high school at like a university. I never really had a chance to build up a connection with my junior and senior teachers, because they're all professors who only teach you for a semester.
One semester, yeah, and then it's just like...
So it's hard to get recommendation letters. I had to get them from my sophomore teacher, and it's been like a year since I last saw them.
I couldn't even do that because mine retired.
Yeah. Oh, they retired. Okay.
Yeah, they retired.
I was so desperate. I reached out to a teacher I had like in freshman year. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah. So I think, but I think it worked out. We're going to college in the fall, and
I think we're ahead by a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though
30,
sometimes
30,
we not
30 to 40 credits probably for all three of us, huh?
I got 28.
I like 33 or something.
How many do you have?
I'm at like 57.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are on.
I took like 3 to 4 classes per semester.
I took like 5 or 6.
Yeah, so that's probably why.
That's probably why.
It still wasn't that super hard. Oh, I'm getting my certificate in business soon. I don't know when. I messaged the counselor.
Yeah. Anyway, so we talked about graduation. We talked about living life for 10 years, which I don't want to think about. What else are we talking about, guys? Joe. No, we're not doing
Joe.
We did spend a very long time trying to find a name for this podcast. I think it took more time than the actual podcast is going to last, but...
I mean, right now, it's longer than we've been recording for.
Hey, yo, it is what it is, though.
It is what it is.
It's the experience or whatever, as they say.
But I think having something like this as an outlet, and maybe, who knows, this could turn into like a big thing, guys.
Let's talk about high school experiences. What do you guys think about it?
I think it was shit.
I think it was shit.
I don't really have an opinion because I didn't really experience much.
No, like when you were in high school.
For like 2 years only? Like not even the full 2 years, really.
My 2 years was ass. I hated it.
It wasn't bad for me.
I
felt like shit. I felt like complete shit.
I enjoyed it for what it was. For me, it was just, a bigger middle school, honestly, because I don't know what...
I wish it was a bigger middle schooler, bro. I knew no one there.
Yeah, I think I found there was a junior who I knew from someplace else, and he introduced me to like the freshman that he knew. So that was I built my group of friends from that. So it wasn't too bad when it came to friends. Service was fine, right? Because everyone went to where you went.
Basically,
I had
bunch of people.
absolutely no friends. It was crazy, dude.
I feel like there's only like 2 other people that went.
When I went there, okay, everyone from middle school that went there, they stopped talking to me. They absolutely stopped talking to me, and I just hung out with my brother's friends. But then it didn't feel like a genuine connection.
Yeah, because
right.
It's like
you're his brother.
Oh, you're the younger brother of my friend. So
yeah, and then it was like I had no one basically except maybe like one dude, but then we were never like fully like friends.
Yeah,
and it was
that was the thing about a lot of like friendships that I made in like at service was like. Besides the people that I already knew, or
Service is high school. Service is high school. Yeah, just to make clear.
Okay,
just to make clear.
David, you know, fucking do that.
We're gonna put the IP address of every single one of us.
Oh my god.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So as I was saying, like besides like very rare cases, like someone that I met that like basically just blended in with the group, Javen.
Right.
Who is like like I would just consider him like in my closest group of friends now. Like besides that, it's like there like I made friends, but they like I wouldn't even call them friends anymore.
Right, but
it's
I think Javen's a special case because he just fit. He just fit our group of weird.
And with me, it felt like people didn't even want to talk to me. Like because I looked weird, or because I'm Asian, and then it was like a full white school.
Yeah,
I had short hair, and it was like
the buzz cut.
I remember this one time, this girl this group of people. I tried to talk to them, and they were like who asked? Okay, it might not seem like much then, but then it was like
soul crushing. Yeah.
Why would I why am I here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who would want to talk to me then? And I started like questioning that. It was a bad time.
So basically, just hated high school.
For the most part, kind of. But then there was times where it's like you could have. I was also serious about like learning. So it was like when people would mess around and have a laugh and stuff.
It was annoying. Yeah.
I feel like it could be fun, but then for me, it was like, bro.
Yeah, for freshman year, I wasn't in school for like the first month, I think, because we had to go to Korea. My family had to go to Korea, and when we came back, I registered too late for I think one of the honor classes, which is the higher level class, and because of that, they put me in like just the regular class, and it was so bad.
It feels like people don't even like care.
Yeah, they don't. They didn't care about classes. They just continue. They just messed around, and it's like, I want to get a good grade. I want to pass this class. I want to just get through high school, and that's why I transferred out. I think the next semester, just because I could not stand. I hope the people in that class aren't watching this, but they probably aren't. But anyway, I did not enjoy it, but. For me, one of the better ways I got to socialize was through sports. I think I did.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know how to do any sports. So.
Yeah.
But when
I did basketball, and I was so bad at that. So
when I did soccer, there wasn't I think they stopped the C team, and it was like all the people that were there. It was like they knew how to play soccer already, so it was weird. They were like expecting me to know how to do everything already when I was like just starting to learn.
I think with like the major sports, they kind of expect you to have done it since you were younger.
But then like I tried learning it and I wanted to join, but
that's just a symptom of our schools having zero budget, because at most places there would be like, okay, you're playing for the team, and then there's like intramural where you're just here to have fun or learn how to play. And like that's why I was too nervous to join like a team for anything, because it's like they're like they're serious. They want to do this. They're going to go to a championship or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm here to have fun, guys.
I wanted to play like for like competitively, but then it was like the people there. It was like
it's like sweaty Valorant players.
They didn't. It seems like they didn't really like want me there because I wasn't like as good. And it's like
Right. I mean, that's just sort of.
And then next year
I did competition. Is
next year I didn't apply to do it. So
Yeah, I think it's like because they're so competitive. The first time you get kicked out, and it just crushes your self confidence in that sport, and you don't try ever again. That was basketball.
But also, yeah, we didn't do any sports in middle school. I think other places had.
basketball.
Well, our middle school was really small, so we didn't have the budget for that. I think the only thing that we did.
We could have had the budget.
Yeah.
Well, they changed it after we left. They had like an actual team for.
We only
Have you
had
seen
cross country. That's the only thing that we had, just because it didn't require any equipment. We just ran.
Yeah.
The school is baller now. I can tell you that.
Really?
Yeah, they have.
I heard from like other people that it's not so good anymore in terms.
They
of,
have like projectors for every place now, like in high school.
projectors. Yes.
It's so funny because like when like people that are older than us talk about their experiences, it's like. Yeah, no, I experienced that too, but it's just because of where we live and the schools we went to and like how under budget they were. They were using stuff from when they were kids.
Yeah.
Dude, they were using some old shit. Remember the fucking like
old ass projectors with the clear through thing.
Yeah, you right on the clear through
erase.
Yeah.
Markers on
Yeah,
this thing.
dude,
it was so crappy.
But now they have. I think they have smart screens
Yeah,
now.
they have
smart screens.
They have laptops for every fucking. We got that near like towards middle school, but
yeah, but we had the really crappy Chromebook.
But now they have it for every single grade. I'm pretty sure, and they have like
the lab room, the computer lab room with the.
They have
the
better.
Oh my gosh,
they have better
so
stuff now. Like our computers used to be enormous.
Yeah.
Enormous.
Yeah.
It's a new word, but like it's crazy.
Yeah. I kind of miss middle school more than I miss high school.
I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't really either.
It's like that's the thing is like I'm nervous looking forward, but I'm not looking back.
Right.
like,
Okay. That
like
makes sense.
yeah.
For me, it's just the responsibility part, right? Because
I mean, yeah, when we were more free, but when you think about the
you don't get to do as much.
the freedoms that you
Yeah,
lose, it's like when people say, "Oh, I wish I was just a little kid again," but it's like, do you really? Do you want you want mommy changing your diapers?
I want to be
whatever?
3 years old. I'm not self-conscious. I don't know who I am. I'm a blob.
They just fucking the only thing you know how to do is like cry and shove things in your mouth. It's the only thing you know how to do.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to. I feel like we're gonna get used to it though. Like even right now, we're playing like less. I don't know about you, David.
What do you mean?
Like games, like.
Oh,
Less games.
I still play a lot of video games. Yeah.
I'm starting to play less and starting to do other things.
It's
even
well,
now.
I still play a lot, but it's getting a lot harder to be consistent with it. Right. When I was like in middle school, if I started a game, I finished that game. Right.
Yeah,
There's no
right.
questioning.
That's me,
Definitely.
except with Netflix.
Oh.
I watched an entire like show in like 4 days. It was like 5 seasons.
My gosh.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch beginning shows unless it's the
I don't even
Love
know
is
what it's
Blind.
called. Oh yeah.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind. Great show.
Unless you watch it with the homies.
Love is Blind.
Yeah, just playing with other people is a lot more fun. Which
Yeah, right. I think the problem for me is that it's like now that I'm to this age, I think more about like what could I be doing with this time instead,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
why it's hard to sit down and play.
This
for
is why we're making a podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is something that's more productive than if I had just spent however many hours this has been playing ranked.
I don't think you
Valorant
could.
or something.
Yeah.
I don't think you should name it as productive, but more like meaningful.
That's true.
This has more meaning to me than that. It's like I hate using what my mom says because it's like it's the dumbest things, right? But it's like you know how like your parents just think of you playing video games as you messing in a virtual world that has no real effect on anything.
To me, I think that video games honestly should be considered art, right? But because it's new to them, they fail to see it as such because
I mean that's just with new things in general.
Yeah,
not just
that's
like
true.
art or
like
music
reading
or
books.
whatever.
Oh, you're
I actually think video games made me smarter. Because after
I wouldn't say that personally. I think it made me kind of dumber, but
especially with like Counter-Strike and competitive games, like even Overwatch.
maybe
you have
reflexes.
Because you have to like think like
okay, yeah.
like the processes that go into it and everything, like the small steps to get the win.
Yeah, I will say, especially with like narrative, like video games, I
haven't played any of this.
Yeah, but, I did, and like with things like God of War was a really good game, and I played through that, and it was a really good story, and it was the gameplay was good too, but the story like moved me, and it was like watching a movie, which I can see why people find that boring because they want action throughout the whole thing. But
right, yeah. It's like why play this game that's basically just gonna be cinematic?
Yeah, you can just look at it, just watch a movie.
Yeah,
why play a video game?
Watch a movie.
Yeah.
Which like I think a legit like God of War movie would be awesome, to be honest.
Dude, at the same time, I kind of think about what would happen if we didn't play games.
That's true. Yeah. What if we put all those hours into something
guys,
else?
If you guys had watched Everything and Everywhere, you guys.
And then,
you
oh yeah. No, it's a
watch that
movie. It's a movie. It's the famous actress. I think she was in Crazy Rich Asians, right? She was like the mom or something.
All I know is that Jamie Lee Curtis was in it as this weird IRS employee who had
full circle. We come
fingers.
back to IRS. Yes.
But no, like the movie was great, and like one of the big takeaways was like you shouldn't be so worried about like the what ifs and what if you would take a different path in life.
What about now? Come on now, we can take a step right now.
Well, because it's like you are just an accumulation of all your decisions and choices, and it's like
and other people.
And it's like, don't be so worried about like what your life would have been like if you had never started playing games or if you had focused solely on one. It's like, yeah, maybe you were incredible, but you wouldn't be the same person.
That's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't be an Epic Gaming Chad.
Oh, what a touching thing, guys.
Whenever I think about what if, I always think about Bitcoin. What if I had bought Bitcoin?
That's like the most shallow thing. It's like I could have totally changed my life. I could have changed my
Bitcoin,
bought Bitcoin and had a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, yo, that's facts. They became billionaires, so.
Yeah.
I mean, true, the Bitcoin billionaires, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, but anyway, what were we talking about before?
Everything and Everywhere, great movie. Highly recommend you guys watch it. It made me cry. Very good.
A lot of movies make me cry. I'm a crier.
We can watch it whenever. I got
It's a good movie, guys. That shit, it made me laugh, it made me cry, and it made me think about life.
Very few movies do that, I think.
Yeah, it hit the trifecta.
Okay, do you guys want to continue?
Yeah.
Because I got to take a piss.
Okay.
Intermission!
I thought he meant like, should we stop recording now? Are we done with the episode?
Continue recording. I'm going to keep that in.
Okay. Anyway, so intermission. Stanley goes to take a piss.
He's got to go take a piss.
Yeah. Anyway, so what?
Everything and Everywhere.
Everything
I think is what it's called.
Okay. I did see like a movie review about it, and it seemed pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it's like my dad. He was the one who got me to go watch it, and he told me nothing about the movie, and I think that's the perfect way to go watch it because it's such a what the fuck movie.
Right.
But then it all connects in this way, and you're like, oh, yeah, true. And then you cry because the movie makes you cry.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, Doctor Strange is releasing this Friday.
It is.
Did you meet with our friends and decide to go to that, or
no?
Oh, you just skip?
I thought they were watching Spider-Man.
I don't think so. I thought they were watching Doctor Strange.
I heard Spider-Man.
Anyway.
Said no, to be honest.
Okay.
I have the SAT to study for, and that's
Right.
what I was worried about more than the movie. But yeah, I would be down to watch Doctor Strange because I really liked the first movie.
Yeah, which you used on my Disney Plus account.
I did, yeah. I don't have a Disney Plus account, man.
I
don't know. I think it's so silly that I don't know. It's like this debate in my mind, right? Because it's like if you have the monopoly, right, you can just go to one streaming service. You can watch everything you want.
Right.
But because it's a monopoly, they can charge you whatever price they want, and you have no option but to pay it. So it's like you need that competition to keep prices low, but it's like now you have to buy 3-4 different services to get everything that you want.
It could be like the essential services, like where, realistically speaking, only one company can provide the service, like water and electricity, stuff like that. Oh, pizza. Are we gonna eat more pizza?
No, I'm gonna eat it.
Okay, you're gonna eat it.
It's his.
You're still hungry? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what do you guys talking about?
We're talking about
Monopolies.
I don't know how the conversation went there, but we
Monopoly?
are. We're talking
No,
about
not the game. Like Monopolies.
I mean, Monopoly is about Monopoly. So.
AMD?
What?
Does AMD have a monopoly?
I think it's not a monopoly.
Intel.
It's not really a monopoly.
AMD and Nvidia, but I feel like
they have enough competition with each other that it's
Because monopoly is like one,
Yeah, but like China has a monopoly on manufacturing either card, so basically.
Oh, are you saying Taiwan's part of it?
Why you say Taiwan? I never mentioned.
How to get your podcast banned from China.
No.
Speedrun.
As Taiwan Semiconductor Corporation or whatever it's called.
Sure. Yeah.
They're the main people that make semiconductors.
Was it Taiwan, not China?
It's Taiwan, yeah.
Okay, not bad.
Absolutely. They make it in Guangzhou a lot.
I don't know where that is. I'm sorry.
It's like southern China.
Okay.
But
anyway.
Again, how to get your podcast banned in China.
Well, they don't speak English. Majority.
True.
So,
I don't think our podcast in Alaska would reach China anyway.
Hey!
So. Oh, are we not? Okay, my bad. And
we will reach the world. We will become a global.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have a monopoly on podcasts.
Ooh, that's cap. But yeah.
Hey, you said dream big.
Dream big,
yeah. There's too many, bro. It's not monopoly if there's too many.
We'll just cancel every other podcast.
They have podcasts in China? Is that
They probably do.
Probably, yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't.
free speech, like media?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
They just censor it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like they just like find it online. And
There was a video where there was, I think, like a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj dance, and they're trying to censor her, and it was just a big black box just moving around. It was like,
in China, they don't even have YouTube actually.
yeah, they have Billy.
I don't know,
I
but
think something like that.
I
But
tried
there's
watching
this,
YouTube. They don't let me.
There is this like this post. I don't even know where it was, but some guy was getting like spawn killed by like Chinese hackers on GTA or something, and they just put like Tiananmen Square massacre and then the year, and then everyone in the game that was Chinese disconnected because their ISP fucking kicked them off. Shit was so funny actually.
Are you enjoying that pizza, good sir?
Yeah, it's really good.
How'd you say it was bad?
Yeah, it's pretty mid.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know where
No,
that's
like,
from.
I like the word mid. Do you guys like the word mid?
I do not. I think it's lost its meaning. It doesn't even mean middle.
That's pretty
anymore.
mid opinion.
Stop. Okay, don't stop that. Okay, because I saw, I think Trash Taste, that podcast. They were talking about the word mid, and they said it was like it's lost all meaning, and I kind of agree because
How?
if you say mid
Wow.
about something, do you actually think it's like the middle of the scale, a 5 out of 10?
Yeah,
You do?
that's what I use mid for. yeah.
Okay, because I think most people now use it as
Well, I mean, it's like the word literally. You know, it's like I use the word literally to mean literally.
You are one of the few people who do that. I feel like 90%
yeah,
of people
but
that's
who-
literally crazy.
95% of
Stop.
people.
That's literally insane. If you think about it.
I feel like most people are like that, where literally everything is literally.
I don't think anyone uses the word literally to actually convey the word literally. You know,
I started using like the words actually and literally in my essays, and I just caught myself.
Oh yeah. I think
It's
mine
crazy.
is, what is it? There's a phrase that you pointed out before that I kept using in my essays, and it was like repetitive, or anyways, literally.
To the fact.
As a matter of fact, no. As a matter of fact, no, it's something else. Anyways.
Did you have to write any essays?
Oh yeah, a lot.
For what?
I-
Like high school or like
For
college?
college, yeah.
Like actual like.
I did not.
And a
Serious
bunch of
essays.
like research papers too.
I think the most essays I wrote was in sophomore year for AP. AP. What was it? What was the social studies?
history,
AP US.
Golf?
No.
world history.
No, no, no.
World history.
World history. AP World history.
We didn't actually do that many essays. We did a lot of note taking and a lot of flashcards and like memorizing key concepts around the flashcards.
They were useless.
And yeah, I couldn't tell you much of anything that I learned. That was 2 years ago.
In
though.
that class, they expected to be a fucking historian.
I mean, I
holy
aced
shit.
the fucking AP exam though. So.
I didn't, but
Yeah,
I got a 4.
I got a 4.
I got a 5.
Oh wow, a scholar. We have a scholar in our midst.
I did get an award that called me an AP scholar.
Okay,
so-
I got it,
okay.
too.
Yeah, it's just if you take 3 and pass.
But guess what? It's a joke because they actually take your money. So
They do. What do you mean?
to take the test, you have to pay.
Oh yeah. True.
Well, you don't, it's not even like an award that gives you money. It's just
No, they take your money.
a title you can put on yourself.
Yeah. Oh, you could have put that on your like graduation thing too.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
That's stupid.
Okay, that's all right. That's my bad.
It's like I don't really care about that achievement. It's not something I'm ridiculously proud of, nor is it something I want to share with other people. Like,
Oh, did
I'm
you UA scholar?
no, I got it. I just didn't put it on the thing.
My cum laude.
Yes, summa cum laude. Like even just them saying that, like, it's kind of over the top for me. It's like they could just say my name. I'm gonna walk up.
I think they
shake the damn guy's hand.
The last graduation I did, they said the GPA out loud. They didn't say like a special title. They just said the GPA when they were calling it up, which I think it might be more embarrassing. Honestly.
Yeah, that's like a call out. Because like I felt bad for everyone that went up and had their name called, and then I was
just
waiting
the
for
name?
Magnum or Summa or
At least they
cum
passed.
laude.
At least they passed.
Yeah. And that's why the guy didn't say, "I'm so happy with your grades." He was like, "You all passed."
Yeah.
And I was like, yep.
Which that's the only reason why.
Dude, I felt like a complete gangster up there though.
Yeah.
Dude, the list that was crazy.
You had a bulleted list for like
that was
5
a
seconds.
big list. I was like, yeah, buddy.
Strutting.
And having you be last too, that was memorable.
Yeah.
And I looked like a Giga Chad up there, and he was like, good handshake. I was like,
I still feel so stupid because this was a setup. He has his hand down here and he has the
I felt so stupid too.
I saw what everyone else was doing, so I just knew what to do.
I wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't paying attention.
I was like, which hand do I do? Do I shake his hand like that?
Yeah, because like it was only weird because like he had one of his hands like down here to shake. If he had just gone like this and then like this, I would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But instead he's like,
he slapped me. He was like, get out of here. I was like, okay, sorry. My bad. I'll keep moving. I'll keep walking.
Yeah, I just took the cheese off.
That's nasty.
It was tasting weird.
Yeah, the cheese is pretty mid, to be honest. It's bad. Okay, it's bad. The cheese is bad.
Yeah.
The cheese is bad. The pizza's mid.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what I meant.
Okay, that's fair. What is your graduation for which one?
13.
13. Yeah.
I don't know when services is because I'm not going.
I think it's 11. I said.
It's like 100 students, right, for AMCS?
Yeah, graduating class of like 120. Yeah. And then
I know because
service and all the other high schools are like 400.
Mm-hmm. I checked my tier,
which like is embarrassingly small compared to other places.
Yeah, I mean, I think like places in California, it's not embarrassingly small. Like California, it's 1,000. Like, or
imagine me sitting there at the very fucking back of the line. Holy shit, dude! I would take a nap and I still wouldn't be called.
There wouldn't be a woo. There would be like a WUX, and then
or Z.
That would be the last person.
Dude, I thought there was people standing behind me in line, like when we were going into the building or going into that room.
It was just you.
They were just part of the fucking junior committee.
What even is that? Are they juniors? Are they...
Yeah, and then because Kyle and whoever else did that last year as juniors.
Oh, okay.
They basically just assist with the graduation.
Okay.
And that's like.
I really thought that I wasn't the last, but.
I mean, your last name is.
W.
U.
So people used to make fun of me saying, "Whoa, bro!" Like
whoa.
Like,
Stanley, whoa.
Whoa.
Wasn't that a dance move? Like you hit the whoa.
Yeah. So crazy, dude. I looked back at like one of those really old like trend videos, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, you know what I used to do when I was younger? I used to search up funny Vine videos on YouTube. I try to find like an hour long one and just click that and just sit there and watch it all day.
You know what's embarrassing?
Compilations.
The middle school dances.
I haven't been. I never went to one because
they were pretty bad. Yeah.
I did not. I just don't like dances because it's like.
I went to one homecoming because I had never gone to another dance, and then I went to prom because it's prom. You go to prom.
I didn't.
I didn't go to prom. I'm sorry.
I go to prom. I don't know.
I mean, but I heard that your prom was pretty bad too.
It was pretty bad.
Y'all look cool though. I gotta say.
I was in the suit.
You were in the suit. Yes, you were being.
Yeah, I don't know what to say we were at like a fancy dinner beforehand, and I was like feeling self-conscious because like I hadn't shaved, and I was in this fancy suit and I still had the neck beard and the mustache.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask for like someone's opinion, and I was like, so on a scale of 1 to they won't let me near the preschool, how bad is it? And like I didn't even really think about it because like it's just such a joke. Oh, you have a pedo stash. Like I didn't realize like how bad it was. And then everyone was just like, Ethan, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, my bad.
I took it too literally.
It's like, oh, that's just not something you're supposed to say.
I mean, especially with that look.
Especially when you have the look too. Yeah.
You're like. All you need is like a white van, and then
I feel like that's the kind of people like. It's because like It's straight up. It's COVID because it's like I'm so used to like online or like Discord humor being acceptable, and when you're in public, you probably don't make those kinds of jokes, you know.
Hey, I would make it. That seems funny. I would have laughed if I was there.
They laughed, but then it was like concern afterwards, you know. It's
like me at Gallows, dude. I didn't give a fuck what everyone. I was like, I was loud though. But
I was pretty loud too. I felt kind of bad.
No, I made everyone.
And you also pulled out your fucking like Yu-Gi-Oh gotcha.
I did that for just one thing, and then I put it down for the rest of the dinner.
I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure I made everyone quiet and everyone looked at me because I was like, I wanted to see like how we're gonna pay the bill.
Yeah, that was the process.
Someone else just
that was the
footed
process. It. Yeah, and then we have Mason there, so thank you, Mason. Anyway.
Just giving everyone directions unintentionally.
Okay, dude.
He went to put his pizza away because.
No shit.
Welcome back.
No
shit. He's back, guys.
And we're back.
And we're rolling.
Yes, we are. Yeah, but are we? Do you think we're gonna do anything for graduation? Like, I feel like
I wanted to do like a party or a dinner, and so I'm trying to set up a dinner, but it's just like it's unrealistic that I can invite bunch of people to that.
Yeah.
Probably not even more than 3 or 4.
You're probably gonna do something before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have to do it before graduation because I leave I'll be on a plane.
I might be going to another graduation party with South people.
South people.
Maybe.
South people.
I don't. Ever since I joined AMCS, I have not seen my high school friends at all. I mean, I still talk to one, but that's just because he's into gaming, as I am, and he's into like the FromSoft games, which I'm a big fan of, like the Dark Souls, the Elden Rings, and the Sekiros.
The Sekiros.
Yeah. But other than him, there just hasn't been an opportunity to talk to anyone else from Diamond, which I kind of miss.
That's another like pretty like obvious pattern is like slowly drifting apart from people as we get older. It's like
which I think this is a good.
I made UA friends though.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not make any friends at UAA.
I talked to maybe 2 people from UAA, and both times it was just like because we had a group project.
Yeah, exactly. And then we never talked to each other ever again after the project.
Yep.
It was 3 people.
It's your lifting buddies, isn't it? Your lifting buddies.
Yeah, those people, and then there's this one girl in our physics class that is the dude's girlfriend's best friend.
Dude's girlfriend's best friend.
Okay.
That's complicated.
That's not that complicated.
But I haven't really talked to
say it 10 times.
that many other people.
Dude's girlfriend's best friend. Dude's girlfriend's best friend. Dude's girlfriend's best friend. Dude's girlfriend's best friend.
It's complicated.
Thank you. Nope.
But yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's because we had something in common that we like to do.
Excuse you. Continue.
But like, it's kind of hard because I feel like people at UAA don't really want to talk to other people.
Yeah, and also like there's no one there really.
It feels like that sometimes. Yeah.
Especially with everything closed down,
in our lab class, it's like you were only ever there with one group, and in the one group there was no more than 10 people at once.
Yeah.
So it's like you only ever saw 10 people, and you weren't even like allowed to talk. You're just sitting there doing your lab or whatever.
Yeah.
In my chemistry lab, we just go in, do the stuff, and then when we're done, we just leave. I didn't even talk to them.
Don't you find it interesting how we have so many like different kinds of teachers and professors in Anchorage? Because I feel like there was a chemistry teacher in my high school that was from like Harvard or MIT, right? We have an Australian professor at UAA.
Yeah.
My physics professor is from Yale.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you come to
MIT?
Yeah, why would you come to like UAA? I don't get it. Why would you come to Alaska where we ride on polar bears? Anyway, I'm just gonna keep saying
You're
that.
just gonna keep doing it.
I think my professor was here for research.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
and probably other reasons too.
But what field are they in?
Physics. They were also they applied to be an astronaut for NASA, but they got rejected.
I guess we do have a missile system here in Anchorage, right?
Because they were wearing glasses.
Alaska.
Because they had their vision wasn't up to par.
Oh.
So they couldn't be an astronaut.
She's
She's pretty smart, but I didn't pay attention that much in class. So.
I don't like physics.
I hate physics.
I don't like lectures when.
I would rather go to a lecture than
the
have
recording,
to
the video
watch
recording.
the recordings.
Yeah.
She would.
She
would upload weekly modules, and it would be 3 or 4 30-minute long videos.
Oh, that sucks.
Actually,
Let's not name any names.
Stop.
We are not calling out my name, but
shout out to my homie, bro. Absolute sleeper lectures, dude.
But I see those physics lectures online, right, where they have like really dynamic lectures where they have like the wrecking balls and they test what's it like the
Miley Cyrus?
No. Stop. No. It'd be a pretty interesting lecture, but no. She just comes in on a wrecking ball and teaches you about velocity and math.
Okay, continue.
But yeah, I mean, just teachers need to want to learn, want to teach, right? I feel like otherwise that's why it's boring.
I think that applies more to high school.
Really?
Yeah, because most high school teachers don't even want to be there. They don't even want to be there.
I feel like that applies for like every teacher. You have to have at least some sort of passion for teaching and the subject.
But then like if you're teaching and it's like, hey guys, welcome to my physics lecture. I mean
you don't have to.
Physics lecture.
You really hung up at that one professor.
Today we're gonna look at this ball. And it's like,
well, I mean,
bro,
not
the fuck?
Not every fucking professor has to be like a YouTuber, like, let's go, what's up, guys? Welcome back
that
to
makes it
another
interesting,
lecture.
though.
No, I kind of
But
find
it's
it cringe. That's I don't
yeah,
like.
you don't have to be over the top.
My math professor would tap on the board and make it loud as fuck, right? But it kept my attention.
My professor was just really passionate about math. Like, this guy was in love with math.
Yeah,
like,
he wasn't
married
like, hey,
math
guys,
or something.
This is
and he made the lectures interesting.
This is
He,
a derivative.
Stop! You gotta stop. Yeah, I think my favorite teachers were always in like the sciences, right? Because that's where it's the most interesting stuff is in the sciences. Not middle school though, not that science teacher.
She who shall not be named.
The physics.
But in Diamond, I took biology and chemistry, and both those teachers were very engaging with their class, and just interesting. They made the topics interesting, and I think it sucks because each person is going to be, their luck depends on what kind of teacher they get too, right? That's also depends on whether you're going to pass the class or not, is if you have a good teacher. I think that sucks because I want to be able to pass my class depending on whether I am prepared for it, not whether if my teacher is a good teacher or not. But anyway.
I think it depends on, like, if you have a shit teacher and it's like you don't want to be in that class.
Yeah.
But if you have a good teacher, you want to be in that class.
Exactly.
And you want to study it.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have to try to disconnect from that maybe.
Yeah.
But you would have to do more self-studying.
Yeah, which is why I hated online summer classes through the
physics.
Yeah, because they didn't even give you the video lectures. They just gave you a textbook and said go learn. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's stuff.
Which is even worse. But
I felt that way with a lot of online stuff and all everything asynchronous.
They would just give you a book, tell you to read the chapter.
Yeah, that or online lectures that was it hard to pay attention or retain anything?
Especially because it is online, and if you have a second monitor, it's right there.
Yeah, right. I have the physics lecture, and then off on the side, I'm reading a manga or something. Yeah. And I'm just wait, what was that about?
Yeah.
Velocity or whatever. I don't know.
It's also frustrating because sometimes you miss the key vital piece of information, and then you don't know where to find it, and you need to go all the way back to the first part of the lecture and then watch it again and then get distracted again, and then it's
in my university studies, you guys take that?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
I was playing Rainbow Six Siege every time, and I would make YouTube videos. And I remember this one time there was my teacher talking when I was actually just making clips. It was, but then in that class I would just read the book, and it's
Was there a book for that? Was there?
Yeah, there was a book.
Oh.
Yeah, you basically didn't even need to attend the lectures. It was more so for your sake than your grade's sake. 'Cause it's like, it was basically just a class to.
What was it for, anyways? I don't know.
It was a class to give
helped.
you tools to prepare for basically a different environment that is university.
They don't require
It did not help me.
They don't require it in other places actually.
Well, yeah,
I think it's
was for
depending.
AMCS, and it was a class that was available to regular university students, but most people probably just don't take it.
Yeah, they don't need to really.
I don't think I needed to take it, but it was kind of nice to have basically a free period.
It's like
my professor for it was really into the mindfulness practice and stuff, which I didn't really get into
meditate?
myself. Kind of, yeah.
You do yoga.
You wouldn't do yoga.
I know who you had. I know who you had.
I didn't have them.
Oh, you didn't have them?
But, what? Did you guys have a professor that made
my
you
professor, professor who taught university studies, they had us do breathe in, breathe out, and then they had us do yoga poses and stuff.
My professor never had us do that, but she did mindfulness practice where you would do breathing in, breathing
Right.
out, but it was more so to I don't know, it was this mental thing of you're holding on to things, you got to let that shit go. It was kind of helpful, but I don't still do it. I just whenever I'm frustrated or really stressed out, I try to use that, but
Yeah.
I just go to the gym.
That's a good option. Yeah.
That's another good option, yeah.
Yeah.
I think going to the gym actually helped me a lot, especially through winter.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
nice
gosh,
to do.
the darkness here, the older I get, the more it affects me. When I was young, I didn't even care that it was dark
I
out.
think it was bad junior year because it was COVID as well.
Yeah,
But then I
yeah.
started going to the gym.
Isolation plus darkness plus no bitches.
Like
Equals suppression.
like this year it felt a lot easier because
Depression.
the gym gave me something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And some
it's
things too, there's also a goal with that comes with that.
Yeah, and you also get to see yourself visibly progressing along too.
Yeah.
That's I
mean, I've seen
you could
you.
feel progress.
It took
too.
me for fucking forever to
but-
get that thing.
Something happened. Though,
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And even how long have you been working out? 2-3 years?
It's not even 2 or 3.
Exactly.
It's been a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, not even a year yet.
Yeah. So usually when it comes to progress, it takes a couple of years, right? But
It's slow.
For
It
total
is.
body transformation.
Yeah. It's very slow. But I think
It's the grind.
that
This grind.
It made me more confident.
Yeah.
It made me more confident though.
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Now I can yell at Gallows without giving a fuck.
I think that came from the gaming. I think
Stanley
it just
wouldn't
came
have
from
done that.
voice
Yeah,
chat.
Scrawny
That probably
Stanley
came from the
wouldn't have
voice
done
chat
that.
in CS:GO and Valorant more likely than the gym.
Too much flaming people on
Yeah.
Rainbow Six.
Exactly.
That's
I
what
think
it does
where-
to a motherfucker.
That's the most important step right there.
You
Yeah.
flame people on R6, Counter Strike, and Valorant. Boom. Good to go.
I think another thing that helped is appreciation, I guess.
Of what?
Just
Of what you have?
being here. I don't know. When I was in when I would drive back from the gym, I would see the sun rise over the mountains and shit.
Oh, so it's that early.
And then I'll be like, damn,
That's-
I'm here.
That's pretty. That's a pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, when they're in a dark place, or they're, not literally dark, but
Mentally.
yeah. It's they, it's easier to focus on the bad things because it's so much more prominent, or it's there's so much of it. But it's if you choose to focus on the more bright things in life, it's all of a sudden your life becomes a lot more enjoyable.
This is not a therapy session. We're just
I feel
talking
like
about it.
We are not licensed therapists. However, please keep listening. Continue to listen, please.
Yeah, I feel like if you continue to think about even when I'm pretty sure you guys heard this, I would complain about how it's dark here and I was bad and stuff.
Yeah.
Even that kind of thing can wear on you because
Yeah.
it's you constantly complaining reminds you of how crappy everything is.
But then I went to Michigan. It's also shitty there. So
There really is a grass is greener on the other side.
Also, I talked to the MIT guy who was in New Hampshire. It's also like that. So
Yeah.
it's definitely
we have it pretty good here, regardless of what we say.
Yeah. I think the housing market right now is pretty crap, but and also so is the car market. But anyway, I think for
every market.
Yeah.
My stocks are going down. Fuck, dude, I lost.
But I people keep saying they want to live in the big city. They want to live somewhere else because there's.
Worse. I feel like it's worse.
Yeah.
Especially for a person like me, like I don't like lots of people. I don't.
Yeah, I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to Seoul, South Korea, and it's suffocating. So many people.
Really overwhelming.
Yeah, the
It
noise.
smells like ass.
It smells really bad.
It smells like pollution.
I forgot where I went, but yeah, literally I
China.
stepped out of the airport and
China.
I
don't think it's in China.
Oh.
No, I was in the U.S., but like I forgot where it was, but like I stepped out and the air was so humid and like polluted. It was like, because here it's so.
It's really good.
We
Like
are fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fresh.
but like it was like it felt weird breathing.
Yeah.
Like I was so like shell shocked. I had to go back into the airport.
Yeah, especially I think the worst part is when it's humid, right? Because every time you breathe in, it's like you're drowning.
In Hong Kong, it's like a fucking sauna wherever you go to.
Oh my God.
Wherever you walk. But then if you go into the city, it smells more like diesel trucks. And then if you go like deeper into China, like a big city, it smells like trash and sewage and diesel trucks combined.
Very nice.
Vibes.
Very nice.
Good stuff.
And then that's
Should
what it's
make a
kind of
candle
like.
out of that.
I feel like that's kind of what it's like in LA. Except, have you guys seen like the highways there?
It's so bad. It's so congested.
I mean, ours it was kind of bad. They're starting to clean it up now.
Oh, you mean like trash wise?
Like trash.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's always like trash because of like the snow. Just people keep tossing stuff out. But
but in LA they never.
Surely this will have no consequences later.
In LA they never clean it.
It's too much, honestly. It's probably too much. And we get a lot of volunteers to clean up most of the city.
Yeah.
While in LA, I don't think anyone cares about.
Yeah.
They're just so used to it.
Yeah.
But we're considered actually like a kind of big city.
Land
in here.
Yeah.
And
200,000 is not that. It's not that small. I don't think it's like.
Nah.
I would consider it a city.
It's better than maybe like a farm town. I feel like that'd be complete ass.
Like in like Tennessee.
Like bringing your tractor to school type beat. Like that would be.
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah. At least we're modern enough to enjoy.
We have cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Not tractors.
Yeah.
And electricity.
Yes, exactly.
And Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Running water. What a wonderful world.
But we're not too big as to be totally congested and full of like.
Yeah,
filth
that's right.
and
We enjoy the amenities of a big city without the overcrowdedness and the drawbacks.
I mean, it still is. We still are growing steadily. I have noticed that there's a lot more cars, and we are building. Highways are getting a bit bigger over time, but I don't think it's ever gonna reach. I don't think it's ever gonna reach like LA levels or like New York levels.
Yeah,
Ever.
I mean, hopefully
Because-
not in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Because the mountains are to the east. That's why we're building more like upwards.
Yeah, and especially and we have like
Eagle River. And
we have
stuff.
the ocean to the west, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do the thing.
Northeast.
Never eat soggy worms.
I was taking my physics exam, and one of the things for the lab you had to do was use a compass. I don't know how to use a compass. And so I sat up there with the thing, and I was just like looking at it because it's like there was an origin point, and you had to measure vectors from the origin point.
I hate vectors.
They were
Oh, you're
fine,
gonna love that
but-
in the future, man.
magnitude and then direction. So we had to measure the direction, and I sat up there with the compass, and I just kept looking at it. I was like,
Don't you make the red arrow point north?
Yeah, it's north.
yeah. So I just held the compass. I looked at it, and then I guessed angles.
Very nice, very nice.
And I wonder why I got a 30%.
You still passed.
Wait, 30%.
No, I got an A in that lab.
Yeah.
I got an A.
Somehow, bro. No way.
I still don't know how to use a compass.
It's like it makes the angle with where you're facing, right? And that's like that angle is, So let's say the compass is facing north, right? It's 0 degrees because you're facing north. But if you turn this way, the arrow is still there. So then.
So you are 90 degrees west of north if you're going like that?
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
I'm your navigator.
Yeah.
I know how
You learned. I taught you. Congratulations.
That clap probably sounds terrible. For recording.
Probably.
My bad. No more clapping.
Or R.I.P. headphone users. Oh no.
Why did you say that?
I thought you fucking moaned. I was like, no way.
I was literally about to say, oh, Lucky. I realized how stupid that sounds. Oh, Lucky.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure next time we could try to maybe use my mic. Maybe have it like.
I can bring mine too, but
Yeah.
I think
For viewers at home, we plan to upgrade the production quality because
Yeah.
right now
it's not that good. Yeah.
what you're seeing is
You want to see where?
You're
That's
seeing-
the camera was on top of this.
This is,
I gotta go
this,
set it back up.
this is our setup right
Yeah.
now.
I think we should be good for our first episode. How long have we been recording?
Hour 15.
That's
Hour
not-
15, yeah, that's pretty
not
good.
bad.
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
we're good.
I
Well,
think we could do closing remarks.
yeah.
Support us on Patreon.
No, we don't even have
Don't
video.
support us on-
Too early. But
it's the first episode. We
Guys,
have no
please
subscribers.
donate money. I need money, please.
thank you for
You can-
joining us. Those who joined us, once again.
Hit the like
I'm
button.
the host for some of those.
Oh, my bad.
I
My
close it
bad.
out.
Yeah. Closing remarks.
He's the fucking host.
We can do closing remarks too, right?
Oh, so
I mean,
he's
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, closing remarks, sir.
Well, is that what they do in Trash Taste?
I have no idea. We're not gonna base everything off of trash days, so.
I mean, they're a pretty good template.
Okay,
for
just
like-
do it, bro.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the first episode of the Unix podcast. I forgot what we called ourselves there for a
Unix,
second.
yeah.
Make sure to drop a like on the video.
Hit the like button.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Make sure you hit the notification bell as well.
Notification bell so you don't miss a single one of our uploads. We do plan on doing this weekly.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
you'll be able to
maybe-
look in like a year, year from now, and hopefully our production quality has shot up.
Yeah.
And we're no longer using
Hopefully.
a Blue Yeti and an iPhone.
And on a pot.
On a pot. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.